the game out of reach. But right here, Spencer Sanders hands it off to him. Boom, he hits a nice jump cut. Wow, that's like a layup package in basketball, right? He's bringing out everything, running with power, running with speed, the jump cut. This guy has it all. And for a guy who wasn't supposed to be the starter,
he's putting some money on tape.
He's putting some money on tape right now. And I know there's some scouts in the building.
2nd and 6. Warren picks up about 4 on the play. Great shiftiness, wonderful elusiveness. He made Christian Morgan miss. And now the enemy for Baylor is as much the clock as Oklahoma State.
Defensively, they just got to hold him to 3.
Yeah.
They're going to run the clock down. They've been doing it, really since halftime, trying to do this ball control style offense. If they can get a stop either in the goal line stand or right here on 3rd and 2, they still have an opportunity to possibly win this game.
Sanders going to throw it, and he wisely throws it away. Nobody open at all, and there's a flag down back at the 14-yard line.
The offense, 10-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
You see it here, number 90. Okay.
That's a tackle.
Not gonna lie, I saw number 90 doing motion on the play before, and he looked like a defensive guy. So he's out there tackling people. He doesn't understand that he's on the offensive side of the ball. You can't do that, man.
Brandon Cassidy, perpetrator, 3rd down and 12. They move the nose of the ball back to the 14. Warren, the tailback. They can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown. Sanders rolls out, keeps it, sprints. Let's see where they spot this. He got close. Let's see where they spot this. He might have gotten it. Oh, wow. They're going to bring it back. It's going to be short.
The ruling is the runner is short.
It's 4th down.
Timeout on the field for an injury.
In real time, Robert, it appeared as if his knee hit before the 1st down marker.
And I think that's what they're going to call it here. As you see him, he was a man on a mission, though, wasn't he? Boom, he put his foot, he goes forward. He says, I'm getting this 1st down. But what we can't see, the camera can, and his knee was down right there.
Yep.
And that looks like he's just short of the 1st down.
Which brings up an interesting call if he is short.
And when I say just short, I mean just short. I don't know, that did look like a bad spot there. They might have had him a little further back than he was. But man, impressive run right there.
Yeah.
By
JT
Spencer
Woods.
Sanders.
This is Baylor's 2nd charge timeout of the half.
Morgan shaken up on the play for Baylor. Let's take one more look at the spot.
Yeah. Here he is. He does the fake. They do the boot action. They got a guy going to the flat. Got a crosser coming. Got to come back on the sideline. Traditional concept. And then what does he do? He hits the nitrous and tries to get through the hole. Gutsy play there by Spencer Sanders. And after the play, after he kind of bounced forward a little bit,
yeah, he sold it.
It looked like he got the 1st down, and he sold it really, really well. As you say, sometimes these guys look like they went to acting school.
Right.
But that doesn't diminish the run in the play, because now it puts them in a situation where they have to make a decision. Are we going to kick the field goal and give Baylor an opportunity to possibly go and score a touchdown and win? Or are we going to go for it right here with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game and make a statement? Let's see what Mike Gundy decides.
Well, Baylor only has 1 timeout remaining after this one. And the question begs, will Bohannon get an opportunity to answer? And what kind of deficit would he potentially be facing? Hey, listen, this Baylor defense has only given up 17 points today, and Oklahoma State's just 14. Like I said earlier, in the Big 12, sometimes that can be a rare sight.
And those numbers, right? Baylor's the number 11 scoring offense in the country. with 42.8 points per game, and right now they're sitting at 14.
They're going to go
that
for
speaks volumes about Oklahoma State's defense.
1 for 1 today on 4th down.
Timeout, Oklahoma State. Their first of the half. It's a 30-second timeout.
So Oklahoma State is going to have 2 timeouts remaining. Baylor with just 1 timeout remaining. 4th down and about 2 to go. Robert Griffin III, I ask you, is this one of those situations where they just try and draw them offside by lining up like they showed, or do they try and really run a play?
Yeah, it's just, what are you thinking here?
Right.
Right? If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm definitely trying to draw them off sides. But I want to keep the ball in the hands of my best players. So that's either Mr. Warren,
right,
we're running the ball with Spencer Sanders, or I'm throwing the ball up to Tay Martin and say, go make a play for me. Because in this situation, you don't want to just, let me see if this works or that works. You got to have a play that you've been working on all week. And in this moment, you knew you were going to call it, and they were going to execute it to perfection.
Defining moment for Oklahoma State. And hold on now. One of the officials was running in perhaps to blow it dead. And Oklahoma State had snapped the ball. And Mike Gundy is irate right now. What just happened? The Cowboys were ready to go.
Prior to the snap, we got Baylor using their final timeout of the half. This is a 1-minute timeout.
Okay, so Baylor's out of timeouts. They got the timeout prior to the snap.
Wow. You see here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Uh-oh, too many guys on the field. That's why Baylor called the timeout, and Mike Gundy is over there screaming, they can't do that, they can't do that. Look at them. They knew they had him. They knew they had too many guys on the field. They tried to run the play really quickly, and they're irate that the refs gave that timeout to Yoda and the Baylor Bears.
Mike Gundy getting his blood pressure up a little bit there. Why not? 4th and 2 is what they'll be looking at, because Baylor was granted the timeout. Did you get a good look or feel for what they're trying to do on the next play, or do they probably got to run a different one now, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they have to run a different play because they didn't really showcase, any of their route combinations.
Okay.
But it looked like they had Cassidy there in the backfield, so maybe they were looking to run the ball. Baylor doesn't have any timeouts left, but I don't know. From here at 4th and 2.
Play clock is running.
If they put the ball in the hands of their best player today, it's number 7, Jaylen Warren. So maybe it is that run.
He's had another 100-yard rushing day. 4th and 2, and look at this. And now another timeout.
Timeout, Oklahoma State. This is their second of the half. This is a 30-second timeout.
So they're down to their final timeout. Baylor doesn't have any remaining.
Hey, these coaches are out there playing chess, not checkers right now.
Yeah.
You take a timeout, I'll take a timeout. It's like Oprah, man. Everybody's taking timeouts.
Casey Dunn, the offensive coordinator, deep into the playbook right now. It's been a trying year for him in terms of dealing with some of the injuries they've had to work with at tailback and at wide receiver. But the good news is that Jaylen Warren has emerged from some of the infirmities that they've had to deal with and done a nice job at that tailback spot. They've been able to hang their hat on him. There he is. And Tay Martin has been productive catching the football. 4th and 2. Warren, touchdown Cowboys! That's what it's about.
We talked about it. Oklahoma State brought in number 90, Cassidy, put him in the backfield, and said, we're going to give the ball to our best player on the day, Jaylen Warren, number 7. And what does he do? He rides the wave of that offensive line, finds the crease, and gets in the end zone for the Cowboys. You know the Pokes are happy tonight.
Warren with his 6th rushing touchdown this season, 14th of his career. And now Oklahoma State up by 10. That's his 2nd touchdown today for a guy that went for 123 yards last week. Going over $1 here. Man, he is working that Bear defense like a part-time job under the lights here at T. Boone Pickens Stadium.
Wow. 35 rushes, 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. Don't worry about the average. The average isn't that great, but he is putting points on the board and numbers on the stat sheet. And right there, honestly, it looked like Mike Gundy said, look, we've been more physical than you guys all game.
Right.
We're going to line up. We're going to let our big guys lean on you and put the ball in the hands of our best player. And it worked for him.
Boy, big-time play and productive day for Jaylen Warren. And you know what? I don't think you can say enough about the resilience and the unyielding nature of Spencer Sanders to bounce back from some of those disheartening interceptions that he threw, not all his fault, on the course of the day. And to have this team up 10 points right now. Ebner takes it back out shy of the 30. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. 2:04 to go. 1 timeout remaining for Oklahoma State. Baylor doesn't have any. And Jeff Grimes got a lot of work to do. Play calling and moving that ball down the field right now, the offensive coordinator.
Oh, they got to move the ball down the field, and they got to move it down the field quickly.
Yep.
But I don't want to understate how many injuries Oklahoma State has been dealing with, right? Tay Martin, star receivers, only played 2 games. Trey Sterling's out. Trace Ford is out. Jaden Bray is out. Braden Johnson's out. The list goes on and on. These guys are a very resilient group, and they showed up today.
Bohannon fires complete to the tight end, Ben Sims. 1:56 to go. Clock running still. No timeouts remaining for Baylor. This Cowboys squad has been very enterprising, very creative with their personnel this year, and Coach Gundy's done a nice job. The catch complete once again to the tight end, a gain of 8 on the play. Sims with the catch. It was nice to hear him talk about his relationship with his players, how it's evolved over the last 18 months, how much more he listens now to them and takes their temperature and gets their feedback. Bohannon taking a shot, incomplete at the 15, and a flag down. He was trying to find Estrada working against Christian Holmes.
Christian Holmes was in good position there. He almost looked like he was playing wide receiver, trucking that bad boy down the field.
Get this call. 1:32 to go.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. We have sideline interference against Oklahoma State. That's a 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
Wow. Well, sideline, is that perhaps a consequence of the tight sidelines too? I don't know.
It could be, you know. There's only about 5-6 yards there of room. So watch as he sees he's running down. The official runs into this. Oh! You know what? He said, guess what, man? I've been warning y'all all game.
Yeah. That pass incomplete. So even with the second chance, Baylor unable to move the ball in the next play. 1:26 to go. Intended for R.J. Sneed. And now our guy is
right here.
He's
yes,
back
sir.
a little bit.
You are the reason for the 15-yard penalty.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
You need to get back, coach.
Did you see the cop right there? He said, hey, man, back it on up.
I'm going to slide a little bit. 2nd and 10 from the 43. Bears with a couple of last gasp efforts here. Bohannon incomplete. Intended for Tyquan Thornton. And Harvell Peel there defending. They've kept Thornton under wraps today, which is saying a lot. A guy with that great speed. We talked about his ability to get downfield and Played for a great program, Booker T. Washington High School in my city, Miami, Florida, right there on 6th Avenue.
And he's a guy that they're going to try to get the ball to here, right? In this situation, 1:19 left in the game. If you're Baylor, you just want to get half of it back. You know you got 2 downs. You're down by 10. You got to score a touchdown. Just try to get half of those yards back right here.
Bohannon into traffic, almost intercepted a couple of times. Devin Harper got his hands on it, and he's thinking, wow, I let one get away.
Oklahoma State's defense is playing a little bit of a prevent, right? Moving back, knowing that Baylor needs yards in bunches. As you see right here, the backer gets his hands on the ball, kind of tips it up. And Bohannon, honestly, there is very fortunate that that wasn't an interception. It wasn't his finest throw, but right here on 4th and 10, they're going to have to dig deep and find a way to keep themselves in this game.
Bohannon sacked. Ball comes loose. And he was down first, but that should pretty much do it. Colin Oliver was there to tackle him. And he's telling the 53,000 here, let me hear you. 3rd sack of the day for the Cowboys defensively. And the party's about to start.
As you see here, and you see it from Gary Bohannon's point of view, when I'm looking at it from up here, Oklahoma State's defense is sticking to these guys like glue, so he tries to get vertical, gets his ankles touched, and the ball comes out, but he was probably down before the fumble happened. But this right here is what you call a coverage sack. On 4th and 10, the biggest down of the game, Oklahoma State's defenders decided we are not going to let anybody get open. Phenomenal display of technical football from Oklahoma State tonight, and they're sending the Baylor Bears back to Waco with their first loss of the season.
Well, this will really do great things for Oklahoma State as we look at their remaining schedule. October 16th at Texas.
You know, they might be
huge one coming up.
I was going to say they might be partying at Eskimo Joe's tonight. They better open it up. I know it closes at 9, but they better open it back up because these fans are going to be excited. But the one thing you look at this schedule, and it's not said there.
What's that?
All of these Big 12 teams are built to beat each other.
Okay.
Which is part of the reason that they've had so many struggles of getting to the college football playoff. But you see the Baylor Bears and the disgust in their face and in their body language because they know that they could have showed a better performance today. But Oklahoma State showed up today, and as they say, success is never owned, right? It's rented, and rent is due every day.
The hustle sold separately. 5-0 for the first time, Oklahoma State, since 2015. Sanders 13 of 23 for 182 yards. Had those 3 picks, but all that matters is the W. They improved to 5-0. Baylor falls to 4-1. Stay tuned for College Football Scoreboard, followed by Montana, Eastern Washington. For Quint Kesnick, Robert Griffin III, and our entire talented crew, I'm Mark Jones. Right now, let's go to Kevin in the studio. So long, everybody.
An excellent win for Oklahoma State at home to knock off Baylor to remain undefeated on the season. Welcome in College Football Scoreboard along with Sam Acho. Kevin Connors here, week 5 of the college football season. Been a wild Saturday so far. How about the farm? 4th and goal, closing seconds. Tanner McKee to the end zone. Pass interference called on Mikhail Wright. So the Cardinal get another chance. Acho, McKee to Elijah Higgins.
Yes, Elijah Higgins makes the catch, gets the team into overtime as the clock runs down.
PAT good, so it's all tied at 24. Stanford gets it first. McKee here to John Humphreys.
Yeah, John Humphreys bounces his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So Stanford kicks the PAT and goes up 31-24. 4th and 8. Last chance for the Ducks. Anthony Brown, Micah Pittman. He's out of bounds.
Out of bounds, and number 3 goes down.
Damaging loss for Oregon and their playoff hopes. The Pac-12 as well. Huge win for Stanford. Number 7 Cincinnati going to South Bend to take on Notre Dame. They were dominating this game. They led 17-0, and then the Irish get a big play defensively.
Yeah, great play. Sack, fumble, scoop. You try to get as many yards as you can. Offense wasn't moving. The defense can help you out.
The offense wasn't really moving at all, so they figure, you know what, try to go to the ground, and Kyron Williams takes it in.
Yeah, great block by the tight end. Kyron Williams bounces out, and now the momentum has shifted.
17-7, Cincinnati gets it back. They miss a field goal. Drew Pine came on in relief, and he was really good.
Yeah, Drew Pine came in and brought a spark and brought energy to this Notre Dame team. You could see the excitement in his face.
17-13, though, Cincinnati answers with Desmond Ridder.
Yeah, Desmond Ridder, he can do it with his arm, he can do it with his legs, and he's letting everybody know we are here to stay.
Huge win for the Bearcats. More on that in a moment. Meantime, Florida, Kentucky, third quarter, 10-7. Trevin Wallace off the block, field goal attempt. He's bringing it back.
Bringing it back and bringing it back for the touchdown. None of those big guys on Florida ready to tackle him. Go ahead, run, get your touchdown.
Not even within 20 yards of him. The Cats led 13-10. Early fourth quarter, Chris Rodriguez makes it a 10-point game. 7-point game, late fourth quarter. Florida would need the end zone. Emory Jones, but it's broken up by Jaquez Jones.
Yeah, what a breakup by Jaquez Jones. Transfer from Ole Miss. Kentucky has lost 16 straight at home to Florida until now. If I was there, I would have stormed the field too.
Celebration on into the Lexington night, 20-13. Kentucky beats number 10, Florida. So, Sam Acho, 4 top 10 teams lose. We knew 2 would. There were 2 top 10 matchups. Who had the biggest win of the day?
Well, the biggest win of the day for me is that Kentucky win over Florida. To lose to a team 16 straight times at home, to lose to a team 33 out of your last 34 chances, and to beat them today, tonight, nothing is better. So for me, that was the biggest win that we've seen so far.
Cincinnati, obviously, an enormous win for their playoff chances. We'll talk more about that coming up here at our next halftime. As for the nation's number 1 and number 2, Alabama battling Ole Miss. Of course, they had a great game a season ago, 63-48. This one not quite as high scoring, but Bama put up a ton of points again behind Bryce Young.
Yeah, great game by Bryce Young. 20 out of 26, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
One of those touchdowns to Mechie, the other one to Latu, and then Brian Robinson had a coming-out party.
Yeah, he had himself a day. He ran for 4 touchdowns. That's right, 4. Count them.
171 yards on the ground. It was a 42-21 final, but the game wasn't even that close. Huge win for the Tide. Arkansas, Georgia, between the hedges, top 10 matchup. You figure, you know what, maybe it's not the Dogs' day when JT Daniels is in pain, warming up, can't go with the lat injury. Stetson Bennett got the start, and he was very good.
Yeah, it's always the Dogs' day, especially in Athens. Stetson Bennett stepped up and played extremely well like he has been all season long.
That one to Kenny McIntosh sets up Kendall Milton from a yard out.
Yes, a 5-star recruit at running back. Get used to it because Georgia's got a lot of them.
They led 14-0 after that. They put the game away here in the first quarter when Dan Jackson blocked that punt.
Remember I said they had a lot of them? That's one of them. Zamir White with the recovery. Congrats, big man.
Scoring on special teams and then the more conventional way by taking a handoff.
Yeah, most running backs like to take handoffs to score. Zamir White can do it all.
Any number of ways that defense pitches a shutout. Again, they've given up 23 points in 5 games. 2 AP top 10 teams had to lose today again. 2 top 10 matchups. 2 more losing in major upsets with Stanford beating Oregon and Kentucky beating Florida. A shakeup in the top 10 coming your way. Mississippi State and Texas A&M. Rocky start for the Aggies. Will Rogers to Makai Polk. They hooked up not once, Acho, but twice. There in the first half, here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Will Rogers had himself a day. 46 out of 59, 408 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Third quarter, though, Zach Calzada makes a play with his wheels.
Yeah, Zach Calzada using his legs. He needs to do more of that if this A&M team wants to stay in any kind of conversation.
Made it a 5-point game, but late in this one, Calzada trying to make a play deep in his own territory. Nathan Washington, Big Sky battle right now.
College football presented by Geico. It's being called the biggest game in the FCS so far this year. Tonight on the red turf in Cheney, Washington, It's a Big Sky Conference showdown between the 4th-ranked Montana Grizzlies and the Eagles of Eastern Washington, ranked number 6 in the country, and here they come. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the Inferno. Alongside my partner, Rocky Boyman, I'm Clay Matvick. Tiffany Blackman will join us shortly. All right, so here we go. 2 undefeated teams. Both have FBS upsets. It's a sellout crowd. It's a chance for a statement game, not just in the Big Sky, but the FCS.
And this is a real strength versus strength matchup. Eastern Washington, one of the most explosive offenses in the country. In Montana, their defense only given up 2 touchdowns so far this whole year.
Eastern Washington offense is led by Eric Barriere, the most exciting player in the FCS. The last 2 weeks, he's thrown for over 1,000 yards.
And Clay, if you like your quarterback to, play it safe and not take any risks, Eric Barriere is not your guy. But if you like someone who's going to take some chances but is a dynamic weapon to score anywhere and any time on the field, you're going to love this kid. He's got a howitzer attached to his right shoulder. The ball just flicks off his hand. A bevy of tall wide receivers to throw to. This kid can straight light it up.
91 career touchdown passes, and yes, he makes it look effortless, but he is facing the Montana defense, one of the best in the country. They have given up just 2 touchdowns all season.
And their linebacking core leads this whole bunch. They lead this whole defense here, but Patrick O'Connell in particular, number 58, is one of the best players, best defenders in this whole conference. Leads the FCS in sacks and tackles for loss. He's just a mean, high-motor SOB at the linebacker spot. He's got to have this Montana Grizz defense show up big tonight.
The offense of the Eagles, the defense of the Grizz. Something has to give here tonight. Bobby Hauck and Aaron Best coaching their alma maters. They know this is big in Big Sky country tonight.
Oh, sister of mine, I got you this.
The new iPhone 13 Pro?
It's on Verizon 5G.
I can't believe you got me this.
Yes, Verizon is giving one to everyone when they trade in their older damaged phone.
Oh, so like every sister can get this.
Yeah.
Every aluminum siding installer.
Why not? Every jeweler. They would have to. Every customer, new and old, can get iPhone 13 Pro on us. Because everyone deserves better. Everyone, horse trainers,
Manicurists!
you get the new iPhone. We're alone.
I know.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Mission Control, we are go for launch.
She's eating the rocket.
Lunchables, built to be eaten.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. But it's easy to satisfy with large 2-topping carry-out pizzas for just $8.99 each. And I'll eat a slice on the ride home. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it.
A great one in the FCS, ready to kick it off. Montana and Eastern Washington. This rivalry goes back to 1938. This is the first time they're meeting as top 10 opponents. And like you said, it's strength on strength, Rock.
It is. Last 3 weeks in a row, Eastern Washington has put up over 50 points per game. And then this defense by the Grizz, they're going to blitz, they're going to apply pressure. Really excited to see how this whole dynamic works out tonight.
It's going to be a raucous crowd here at Roos Field tonight. And for more on Eric Barriere, let's go down to the person who's going to be working the sidelines, Tiffany Blackman.
Clay, I was watching Barriere warm up with Rocky, and we saw that quick release and that tight spiral. We also saw what Coach Aaron Best was telling us this week. Barriere hates the laces. He does not address the laces with his fingers before throwing that football. Barriere told me he's been doing it that way since he was a kid and decided to never change it. And Best also believes it gives their offense a slight advantage over opposing defenses because they aren't accustomed to seeing that. And Clay, we know Rocky, being a former linebacker, knows a thing or two about having to handle a quarterback with a quick release.
It makes it tough. You can't get a bead on when to get a jump on that football because the ball is just out of Barriere's hands so fast.
Think they're fired up in Cheney?
This is great. Great atmosphere out here.
Montana won the toss. They have deferred their option to the second half. So we'll get to see Eric Barriere and the Eagles on this beautiful night for football First game for these two in the month of October, and it feels like fall has finally arrived here in Eastern Washington.
Nice crisp, little warm weather like that.
Justice Jackson and Efton Chisholm back to return this kick from Brian Buschini, and we are underway in the Inferno. And they're going to get it out to about the 15-yard line. Efton Chisholm is stood up quickly by the coverage of Montana. So Eric Barriere and the Eagles will go to work. They're going to be looking at a long field here for their first series.
They are, and I love what head coach Aaron Best told us this week. He said, I'm running out of adjectives of how to describe the dynamic play of number 3, Eric Barriere. He is the heart and soul of this team, and anywhere he goes, he's making plays outside the pocket, inside the pocket. He's going to try to light that scoreboard up.
24-9 as Eastern starter and 14-0 on the red turf. He's going to go to the air, and on first down, he's incomplete. That pass was intended for Chisholm, the redshirt freshman. As Robbie Hauk was in on the coverage, the free safety, a name we're going to be calling out a lot here tonight for Montana.
Yeah, second most in tackles, Robbie Hauk. But the key for Eastern Washington, their offensive line critical. They got to sort out the looks that Montana's going to give. They're going to blitz here, there, everywhere. They got to sort it out.
Running for the first time, Dennis Merritt stretched out to the sideline, and great pursuit by Marcus Wellnell. Great linebacker of Helena, Montana, and it's a loss of 3. There is a penalty flag down as you look at Bobby Hauk.
No flag, but you can already see, Clay, how fast this Montana defense is.
3rd and 13, thrown over the middle, and it's complete to Limu Jones. Talolo Limu Jones, their leading receiver. It's a first down catch, and they'll move the chains for the first time.
Yeah, Limu Jones, 6'4", tall wide receiver, one of many tall wide receivers Barriere has.
First down and 10, 4 receivers to the right side. Barriere goes out there. Good catch, good run after the catch for Dennis Merritt. And that's going to be 9 yards for the 6th-year senior.
You already see how critical it is for this offense. This is a pass-first offense, and you got to get blocking on the perimeter by your wide receivers. A nice start for this group.
Opening drive here for the Eagles. Here's Merritt again. He'll cut it up, gets across the 40-yard line. First down run. Jace Lewis wraps him up, but it's a gain of 6. Jace Lewis, kind of the bell cow of that Montana defense. 3-year starter and captain for the Grizz.
Jace Lewis, another very active player. Uses his hands so well out there.
Barriere. Cox fires, man wide open. Limu Jones inside the 10 and pulled down at the 9 by Justin Ford. What a strike. Barriere to Jones. 50 yards on the play.
You can already see Montana, they like to do a lot of things defensively, but with this tempo that Eastern Washington is going with, it's hard. And just a strike. And you see how the ball just flies right out of Barriere's hands effortlessly, hitting his big wide receiver in stride.
It's easy to see why the Eagles lead the nation in total offense. Over 600 yards per game. That pass is incomplete to Jacoby James, another freshman wideout. 26 touchdowns for the Eagles in the last 4 games.
Montana defensive coordinator Kent Baer told us this week, we have got to get some hits on Eric Barriere. We can't allow him to just sit back there with a clean pocket and throw.
He'll throw it quickly here to Boston, and nobody's going to touch him. Andrew Boston, the catch and run. An 8-yard hookup, and Eastern Washington scores quickly here tonight.
And right away, Clay, you see how devastating that quick release can be. It gives you no indicator to the defense of where the ball is going to go. Ball's in his hand, is out. As Tiffany said, he doesn't grab the laces, so there's not that split second of time where he's trying to grab him. He gets the ball and shoots it out there, a touchdown.
And the extra point is good for Jackson Cleaver, the left-footed second-year freshman. 7-0 Eastern Washington, 8 plays, 85 yards. Barrier to Boston from 8 yards out.
And this is playing the exact style of football Eastern Washington wants. They can score a lot of points, but they want to get up early. Then they allow that defense to just sit back and try to create turnovers. But putting points on the board is what Eastern Washington wants to do and has done a lot this year. Already off to a great start.
The drive took just over 2 minutes. And the tempo, which you've talked about already, Rocky, the mentality is we're going to strive for 100 plays. If we get there, that's great. If we don't, we want to be darn close. And you just wonder how Montana's going to get them off rhythm tonight.
Well, as I said, that's something to watch as this game goes on. Montana's defense, they like to do a lot of stunting, blitzing with their linebackers, but if that offense is up to the line and they're snapping the ball, running another play, it's hard to get those things to get home.
There's Aaron Best, the proud Eastern Washington alum. He's been on staff since 2000 at Eastern. 11 FCS playoff appearances as a player or a coach at Eastern.
And that's a guy who just loves Eastern Washington football with all his might. Just talking with him this week how much it means to him.
Cleaver puts his foot into it. And backing off, the dangerous return man, Malik Flowers. And he's going to be stood up and knocked down just across the 20-yard line. One of the best return men in the country. And now we'll get to see Montana. And the offense led by Cam Humphrey, 6'2", 201-pound senior out of Issaquah, Washington. Not flashy like Barrier, but effective. 8-0 is Montana's starter going back to 2019.
Yeah, he's kind of the antithesis of Eric Barrier. He's going to kind of be the game manager, but I'll tell you what, I think he's got to take some shots here tonight. I think they want to get aggressive with him early in this pass game.
Yeah, it's been a fairly conservative offense for the most part this year. He's going to go to the air on first down and hook up with Keelan White, the redshirt freshman receiver. That's going to be a gain of 6 or maybe 7.
And this offense wants to play ball control with the clock. He only put the ball in the air 12 times versus Washington only 15 times last week.
Xavier Harris in the backfield. As Humphrey sprints out, he's going to toss it to Harris, who tries to cut it up, and he is met with resistance near the 30-yard line by Callan Kreiner, who wears that special number 4. Given to the leader of the defense for the Eagles.
Kreiner, he's the quarterback of that back end, but just watch him fly, cut it loose from that back end, wham! That was making a stick on that running back. Nice job.
Now the Eagles, they can score with anybody. The question tonight is how good can their defense be? Because it has struggled at times. Trying to get off the field here on 3rd down and 3. Humphrey. Looking to the right, and that's going to be incomplete. Sulcer wanting a penalty flag, none thrown. And the Grizzlies are going to have to punt.
And it looked to me that Doyle had a little bit of too much jersey on the wide receiver there. I think they might have got away with one. Going to force Montana to punt.
Bobby Hauck in his 10th season overall at Montana. 4th season since coming back to his alma mater. He called that upset at Washington week 1 the biggest win of his career, and there aren't too many people arguing that it's the biggest win in Grizzlies football history. Here's a good punt by Buschini. Efton Chisholm calling for the fair catch. And it'll be another long field for Eric Barrier and the Eagles, but the first time around it didn't seem to matter much. 7-0.
After the past year-ish, everyone deserves something new. So, AT&T is giving everyone our best deals on every iPhone, including the iPhone 13 Pro with its amazing camera. Like everyone that worked from home, learned a new hobby, or welcomed a new family member.
They were all out of dogs, so...
Our deals are for everyone.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including the epic iPhone 13 Pro on us.
This house is 8 times our budget, but look.
Thank you, spontaneous me. Yes, negative me.
It's on an island. We'll drown.
No, we won't.
You will drown.
Guys, it's 1 a.m. Bedtime.
Whoa!
Okay, one more.
Okay, one more.
Peloton, come on, let's get this workout started. Heart rate stays up. We're moving to the mat. Let's go, Peloton. Bring that thunder. As you rotate, exhale. We did it together, Peloton.
No ink? I need you to print. I need you. Please don't do this. I love you so much. I hate you. You think you're empty? I'm empty.
Do you suffer from cartridge conniptions? Be conniption-free thanks to the cartridge-free Epson EcoTank printer. A ridiculous amount of ink. Up to 2 years of ink comes in the box. The EcoTank is the perfect cure for...
I'm sorry. I didn't mean any of that. I meant it! You're mocking me.
The Epson EcoTank. Just fill and chill.
Does anybody have more cartridges?
Available at...
This is wealth. This is worth. That takes wealth. But this is worth. And that's actually worth more than you think. Don't open that. Wealth is important, and we can help you build it. But it's what you do with it that makes life worth living. Principal, for all it's worth.
I'm feeling good. I just thought you should know.
Hulu has live TV? Hulu has live sports?
Well, yes. Hulu does have live sports.
Hulu has live dating shows.
With over 75 live channels.
Woo!
Flip like cable, stream like Hulu.
Eastern Washington beat UNLV week 1 in 2 overtimes. First FBS win since beating Washington State in 2016. Eric Barriere was outstanding, as he wants to be. And then Montana Grizzlies beat number 20 Washington in Seattle, 13-7 in the opener. Greatest win in Montana history.
Preseason, everyone's talking about Washington. There's going to be the team that come out of the Pac-12, and Montana said, I don't think so.
Eastern Washington 4-0 for the first time since 1997. Head coach Aaron Best was a sophomore in 1997 on the Eagles O-line. There's a flag at the end of the play. Andrew Boston, who scored the touchdown on the first drive, knocked out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. We'll see if this is coming back. Jim Crawley, our referee.
Holding, offense number 1. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
That's a penalty on the wide receiver, Limu Jones.
Well, I talked about that last drive there to get a lot of great blocking by their wide receivers on the perimeter. It's a priority. And you see that Eastern Washington wants to use every square inch of this field. All the way to the sidelines, inside, everywhere.
2 backs, Dennis Merritt, the second man, coming through the hole, gets the handoff. He leads the FCS with 9 total touchdowns. We're going to see him. We're going to see Justice Jackson and Micah Smith sprinkled in there in that Eagles backfield here tonight.
And I think he's key to this offense, because if you can run the ball, that's going to create those one-on-ones on the outside that Barriere wants.
Merritt lines up as a receiver to the left of the formation. Here's a little slant to the tight end. Just shedding tackles and getting across the 35-yard line. That is Blake Goebel, the freshman tight end, a COVID freshman, makes the catch. That's a gain of 17.
It's not easy to do, to break tackles on this Grizzly defense. Look at that, 1, 2, 3 of them. That's a great job by the freshman.
One of the fastest defenses coordinator Kent Baer says he has ever had, regardless of level, and he's been a lot of places. And there you see the speed of Jace Lewis getting home to sack Eric Barriere.
Partner, you nailed it. The speed of Jace Lewis just tracking the quarterback. You'll see him off to the side, and then he just finds a way through there, right up the gut, into the face of Barriere. And you see right there one of the downsides of Barriere. He doesn't ever give up on a play. You got to maybe throw that ball away, try to get away. He tries to make something happen every single time. And as we saw right there, sometimes it can burn them. Great play by Jace Lewis.
That's a 17-yard loss, so 2nd and 27. Barrier standing clean in the pocket, gets it to Limu Jones. We get a chunk of that yardage back across the 25 down to the 27. Montana's linebackers, the 3 starters, Wellnell, O'Connell, and Lewis, all Montana natives and all walk-ons.
How about that? You know, I mean, it's hard to imagine that coming out of high school, there's no program in the country that wanted to offer those guys a scholarship. They're playing at a high level right now.
Montana's forced a 3rd and 20 here for Barrier. He'll slide up in the pocket, throws a dart across the middle. That's going to be a first down out to midfield. Great catch by the wideout, and it's a gain of 23 to Mason.
And there you see the magic of Eric Barrier. He is a run threat, but he wants to extend that play to allow his wide receivers to get open, and he throws a dagger.
And now Merritt bouncing to the outside. Good carry, gets it inside the 40. And Garrett Graves brings him down, but that's a 13-yard pickup on the ground as this team is just going with great pace. Here's Merritt coming off. And he's going to line up as a receiver. And pass incomplete. Intended for Dylan Ingram, the tight end. Let's go down to Tip for more on Dennis Merritt.
You guys, right before the game, I watched Merritt walk over to the stands and yell for his dad. His dad comes down and tells him, hey, have a big game today. And we know they like to get him in space. He's got that speed. That's what we saw in that last play.
And again, Tiff, he's the one that adds the balance to this offense. Just when you think we're going to throw every play, boom, there comes Merritt.
Barrier is going to sail this one high, intended for Mason. And great pressure there by Diari Todd, the defensive end, number 50 for Montana. One of the 7 FBS transfers on the defensive 2 deep for Montana.
And you see Barrier having to adjust that face mask a little bit and rebuckle the chin strap. That was a priority for Montana. They wanted to get some hits on Barrier, wanted him to be uncomfortable.
3rd down and 10, but Eastern Washington first in the country on 3rd down conversions, 58%. They're not going to get this one. Again, he goes for Mason, lands incomplete.
And it looks, on the snap, it looks like they're going to bring 6. They're going to bring the house, right? But what Montana does is they'll drop someone out. This time it's the nose tackle, kind of getting that little hole in the inside part of the field, but just enough pressure to force Barrier to throw off his back foot and force the punt. Nice job.
So Nick Kokic is going to come out to try and get this one away. This is one of the best special teams units in the country. Montana, 2 special teams touchdowns last week, including a block punt for a touchdown. Kokic gets it away, and he drops it inside the 10-yard line, and they're going to kill it inside the 5.
Nice job. Good punt, good coverage. Right now, Eastern Washington offense trying to light it up. Now it's Montana's turn.
Sure is like a movie. Oh, about to make a movie.
Check out the hook Audrey said.
Like these ones I let us see the storm. Pardon when I shine. Hands to the sky on mine.
gives you wings.
A new home and new projects go hand in hand. With the Home Depot app, you'll pick it up in no time. You can pick up new skills in our Homeowner 101 workshops. Pick up new power tools with a tap. Pick up the things you need at our convenient lockers. Or even pick them up right from your doorstep. Pick up more of what you need so you can do more of what you love. The Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance.
The Inferno here in Cheney might be the most shocking of the non-traditional fields in college football. They've had red turf here the last 11 years. It was replaced this spring, so it's extra bright.
And I went down on the field before the game, and that puppy is red now. It is, not a shade. It is red, and it's an interesting look. But again, I think it's a cool aspect of this team.
Big game in the FCS here tonight. Number 4 versus number 6. Montana backed up deep in their own end after the great punt by Kokich. That's going to be a loss of 1 as Jack Sendelbach wrapped up Xavier Harris.
Yeah, nice job by Sendelbach. And this is going to be key. Montana's got to run the ball for no other reason than they want to keep Eric Barriere on that sideline where he can't hurt him.
You see the number 61-10 in the Inferno since 2010 when they first installed the red turf. Here's Cam Humphrey from his own end zone trying to find his tight end, Cole Grossman. Pretty good coverage in the secondary. It's incomplete now. 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, Cole Grossman didn't bend that slant in or that post route in enough. It was an errant throw from Cam Humphrey. But now here we go, 3rd and long. This is where Eastern Washington at times likes to bring some pressure. Man coverage.
Montana went 3 and out on its opening series, in danger of doing that again deep in their own territory. From the end zone, Humphrey deep downfield. It's overthrown and nearly intercepted. And so Montana's going to have to punt. Eli Doyle, the Arizona State transfer, almost came up with the pick.
Yeah, and that's what Eastern Washington likes to do. They like to play man-to-man and have a single high safety. That's Eli Doyle, and he almost got to that sideline underneath that football to pick it off. But either way, that's a great stop there. Eastern Washington going to get the ball back in very good field position.
So now Buschini from basically the back end line. Gonna have to kick this one away. Having a good freshman season, he's landed a lot of punts inside the 20, and he's just hoping to get it on the other side of the midfield line. Efton Chisholm calls for the fair catch right at the 50. Well, the Big Sky is loaded with teams in the top 25. Weber State, which has won the last 4 Big Sky Conference championships, at least a share anyway. Montana State, always good are the Bobcats. UC Davis under Dan Hawkins out to a great start this year. And of course, these two, Eastern and Montana, probably the 2 most consistent programs in the Big Sky over the last 30 years.
And then Montana State, big rivalry game. That'll be at the end of the year.
Barriere taking a shot, looking for Limu Jones, who can't haul it in. That would have been a touchdown.
What a perfectly placed ball. And as we've talked about, the ball just flies off of his right hand. Can't get a jump on it. Throws a perfect spiral right there, and that is in a great spot there for your 6'4" wide receiver. He's got to come down with that.
Limu Jones, 55 receiving yards away from 2,000 for his career. He doesn't miss too many. And there's another drop. On the short screen pass to Jacoby James. So now it's 3rd down and 10.
And this is where, again, Montana, then they can kind of pin their ears back a little bit, where they normally bring pressure. Key for them is just giving Eric Barriere a ton of different looks, try to confuse him throughout this game.
Just off the charts, 3rd down numbers this year for Eastern. Here comes the blitz. Pressure right up the middle. Barrier so quick, buying time, flips it downfield, and that's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. There's a little push at the end of the play. Garrett Graves. Yeah, Garrett Graves threw a little push at the end of that play, but no penalty flag. It was an uncatchable pass.
But again, Montana, 3rd and long. They can pin their ears back and bring the blitz, and that time it was Jace Lewis chasing Eric Barrier all over the field.
And so now the Montana offense, which has shown no signs of finding any traction yet against the Eastern defense, will get it back. There's Kokic, who put one inside the 5 on his last kick. Montana brings the pressure, gets an end-over-end punt. That is going to be caught at the 6-yard line, and then Gabe Sulcer is just punished. Keyshawn King, the gunner, after that 42-yard punt, make sure there is no return. Montana has it back when we come back to Cheney.
Semifinals continue tomorrow on ESPN and ABC.
I'll give you 2.5 of my 10-piece chicken McNuggets for a quarter of your quarter pounder with cheese.
But judging by weight, mine's worth at least 4 chicken McNuggets.
From a cost standpoint, they're of equal value.
But I'm older, so.
Get 2 of your faves, like 10-piece McNuggets or a quarter pounder for just $6. Only at McDonald's.
On a memorable Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
I can't believe my boy's already heading off to college. Here, in case they don't have it at Coastal U.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, yeah, I got you something, too.
Your Science Day game ball. It's your most prized possession.
Yeah, I was saving it for when you went to state.
Yeah, Coastal U is where I belong.
Here, catch you. No!
It was right to you.
What? I was holding all this stuff.
That ball's like a son to me.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Why do nearly 1 million businesses choose Stamps.com to mail and ship? No more trips to the post office. No more paying full price for postage. And great rates from USPS and UPS. Mail letters. Ship packages. Anytime, anywhere. For less. A lot less. Get our special TV offer. A 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/try and never go to the post office again.
Your dream home? It's out there. Find it on the Redfin app. See all the homes for sale updated every 5 minutes. Find one you like? Go inside without leaving your couch with a 3D walkthrough. Download the Redfin app today.
Did you know that Sling provides the best value for college football fans? Sling allows you to customize your channel lineup to watch what you want, when you want, with no hidden fees or long-term contracts. With your current subscription, you already have access to ESPN's family of networks, where most college football games air. If you are looking for even more coverage, add on the Sports Extra package to watch the SEC Network, ACC Network, Pac-12 Network, Longhorn Network, and even more. Visit your account settings to add Sports Extra today and watch college football on Sling all season long.
Hi, yes, I need a locksmith. 3 hours. Guess I'll be right here.
Oh, nice. 2% cash back, right?
And it is saving the day right now.
Good afternoon.
It was.
The new Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa Card. That's real life ready.
Investing is now in the palm of your hand. Join the community of over 150,000 investors who are building a better portfolio with Fundrise today.
Well, just moments ago, Keyshawn King, number 21 for Eastern Washington, got the news. He's been ejected for targeting on that last punt.
And I think it was the right call. It was a double. It was forcible contact to the head or neck area, and he used the crown of the helmet. And so I think that's a pretty easy one to see right there, and he's going to be done for the game.
So Keyshawn King, a backup safety, also a man on special teams. We're already without a safety, all-league safety. Anthony Smith is out for the year. So a little thin at that position, and now Montana will have it at the 23-yard line, and they're going to have to try and get something going. Haven't been able to pick up a first down yet. Gabe Sulcer, nothing there. There's Sendelbach again. 2-yard pickup at best.
Tell you what, I think Sendelbach was a little bit tired of us talking about Montana's linebackers. He's made a couple of nice plays, showing his speed out there and chasing that ball down to the perimeter.
He had 13 tackles last week at Southern Utah, including a safety. He was all over the field, and so far out to a great start here tonight. Sulcer goes in motion. Harris in the backfield. Cam Humphrey trying to get something going for this Montana offense, and it looks like this is it. Akem. Big play. Samuel Akem, their redshirt senior wide receiver. He is big and fast. Give him 25.
He's the Limu Jones on Montana's team. Tall guy, 6'4". And he's had a couple big catches this year. The drag route across the middle. The other wide receiver clears it out. And he gets some blocking downfield by Sulcer. Excellent play. Biggest play of the game so far for Montana.
Second completed pass for Cam Humphrey. He'll go to the air again. Little comebacker for Mitch Roberts, who is Montana's leading pass catcher. You know, Humphrey, Rocky, only completed 12 passes in that win at Washington. It was how smart he played, the fact that he didn't turn it over, that ultimately led the Grizz to that win.
And he is the game manager, but Coach Howe told us he didn't think he gets enough credit for how he does leading this football team.
Well, there's another big defensive hit by Sendelbach. And here's a third down and manageable for Montana. Junior Bergen is on the field now as a running back. Isaiah Childs, the leading receiver, the transfer from Akron, is going to be limited tonight because of a knee injury suffered in practice this week for the Grizzlies. So here's a third down and 2. And Humphrey goes in under center, A.J. Forbes. 5-step drop. Slides up. He's going to pick it up on his feet. He's got the first down inside the 35-yard line. Kleiner makes the tackle. Humphrey doesn't run a ton, but he's efficient when he does.
Excellent job, excellent read. Look downfield. There's nowhere to go with the football. Doesn't waste any time, tucks it, picks up the first down. Like you surveying the field, nothing there, everything's covered. Hey, there's some open green space, or I should say red space.
Right.
Right ahead of him. He goes and picks it up.
You get a pass, my friend. Here's Xavier Harris again, weaving, and then gets crunched.
Is that
There's Sendelbach.
Golly.
Wow.
Got this former linebacker over here all excited. These guys are flying around out there, both sides of the ball. Sendelbach about his third aggressive play so far this game.
I said he is the heart and soul of this defense. Etienne, the third-year defensive coordinator, counts on that guy a ton. Second down and 9. Humphrey is going to slide up again. Can he win the race to the sticks? He's going to be short of the first down marker. Ty Graham is really their top defensive player, product of Cheney High School, right here in town, and now a third down and short again.
And again, a good job of recognizing man cover. Once man covers, the defenders have their back turned to the quarterback, and boom, he takes off. It's interesting to see how that plays out. Does that force Eastern Washington to play a little more zone coverage?
Third down and 2, penalty flag. Harris is going to get the football, but they're going to stop the play. And I think Cole Grossman jumps.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Grossman, a Vancouver, Washington native of this state, one of 11 on the Grizzlies roster.
And this forces Montana back where you don't want to be. 3rd and 7 now. Likely going to have to put the ball in the air now. Got Akem to the top of the screen up there. Man coverage.
Humphrey 3 of 6 passing so far. They run it. And Harris is going to be short. A couple of yards short. Xavier Harris tackled by Kleiner. And now 4th and 2, and it looks like Bobby Hauck is going to keep that offense out there.
And I like this decision. I don't think they feel you can come into the Inferno and play it safe. They've got a good field position, haven't been able to put much together. They got to take a risk here.
Harris, big hole on the left side, and then bounces it out, stays on his feet, and gets it to the 15. Finally brought down by Kreiner, but that's a gutsy call and a big play from Harris.
It went with a little tempo. I liked it. Good job by Harris. He's their most dynamic runner, and you can see he can just break it to the outside, and then Mitch Roberts, the wide receiver, an excellent job with about a 6 or 7 second block there on the perimeter.
Antiana said that Harris was probably the most explosive of those 3 freshman running backs on first down. Throw into the end zone, Humphrey, and it's incomplete. Tried to find Akem. It'll bring up second down. Boy, Humphrey got drilled.
Yeah, he took a big-time shot there trying to get that ball to Akem in the corner. Right there in the ribs, right where the quarterback doesn't want him. Again, the pressure right up in the face. He stood tall in the pocket. But they finally have Malik Flowers in the game, top of the screen. He's another dynamic playmaker. I haven't seen him much. They like him in this area of the field.
They stay on the ground, and it's Junior Bergen, true freshman out of Billings Senior High School, and another third down for the Grizz on this drive.
Now, last time in this situation, 3rd and 7, they ran the ball. And this is the area of the field where you got to be able to run the ball, because that depth of that field starts to shrink up, which means the safeties are up closer.
Let's see what offensive coordinator Tim Rosenbaugh has up his sleeve here. Roberts in motion. Here's Humphrey going to Roberts, and that is caught. And it's going to be short of the first down marker, it appears. That was actually Joey Elwell. It's his 6-yard pickup, and it's 4th down.
And what a perfect placement of this football on the outside, where only Montana's receiver can get it, and they're going for this thing all the way. Went for it on 4th down already, and now another opportunity. This is a 4th and 1, much more manageable. Now, Montana's offensive line, they average 315 pounds. One of the bigger offensive lines in all of FCS football. Let's see if they lean on those guys a little bit here.
Harris going to be collared behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe a face mask.
Yeah, that's
flag is down at the 5-yard line. And this could be a huge break for Montana, because there was no daylight for Harris.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 55. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
That's on Joshua Jerome, a key man on the defensive front.
Yeah, he's one of the more active playmaking guys on this Eagle defense here, and just unfortunately reached out there and grabbed that face mask.
Big gift for Montana. First down and goal to go from inside the 5. Here's Harris with a lot of room to operate. Nobody's going to touch him. He had a big tackle out in front to lead the way, and it's a 3-yard touchdown as Montana is on the board for the first time.
Like that play call there, I talked about the big offensive line. You could tell that Eastern Washington was expecting something north-south coming right toward him, and then boom, he shoots that ball to the perimeter, escorted into the end zone there by 78. Colin Beaver, the left tackle. Nice play call.
So Kevin Macias comes on and tacks on the extra point to tie this game at 7.
You can just tell, you felt that Eastern Washington expecting something coming downhill right in their face, and boom, you shoot it out there, and Harris does the rest. I like this, getting the offensive line pulling, you don't even have to block anybody.
Well, next Saturday, we're going to have the 117th Red River Showdown game between number 6 Oklahoma and Texas at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. The Sooners have won the last 3 in that series. Their coverage kicks off at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on ABC and the ESPN app. Oklahoma was at Kansas State today. They won. Texas was at TCU. The Horns won, so both teams will be riding some momentum going into that showdown next week.
How about Texas running back Bijan Robinson? 35 carries, 216 yards. He's the guy that is carrying the load for that Longhorn offense. He was spectacular today. They knew he was running the ball, and they still couldn't stop him.
So after a couple of drives where Montana has to punt, a couple of 3-and-outs, they take it down the field, 13 plays, 77 yards in 6.5 minutes, and that's more like the way Tim Rosenbaugh diagrammed it up tonight, as there is a fair catch called for inside the 5. We go to the studio and Kevin Connors.
All right, Clay, your AT&T 5G studio update. Boston College down 6 at Clemson, but driving. Dennis Grosel can't handle the snap. KJ Henry belly flops on it. One of 3 Eagles turnovers, and it wasn't pretty, but Clemson wins 19-13.
Now, Boston College had a great win last week over Mizzou. Can't get it done in Death Valley tonight. As Clemson, to a lot of people, still the favorite in the ACC, even though Wake Forest is really having a good year. Dennis Merritt on that carry across the 30 to the 31. As Eastern now gets it back. They had a scoring drive on their first series. And to punt on their second. Merritt again. It's going to be a short gain. Garrett Graves, the strong safety, knocks him down. Here's another 3rd down, and we'll see if they're going to snap it before the end of the quarter.
And that's the thing about going fast. You know, you love the tempo and love what it does for you, but now all of a sudden, boom, boom, and third down.
A lot of excitement in the first 15 minutes in this game between these two old Big Sky rivals. Eric Barriere and Eastern Washington scoring first, but Montana putting together a drive moments ago to tie it up at 7 after 1.
Subway has so much new. I ran out of time in the last ad.
So I'll take it from here. Sorry, Steph. Spokesperson refresh.
Wait, what?
Subway just upped their bread game with the help of some world-class bakers. Looking at you, Nance. Got to refresh to be fresh.
How many people are in this ad?
That means freshly baked, new artisan Italian, and hearty multigrain. That would go good with. Seriously? I didn't even get to finish. See you next commercial.
I may not be able to tell time, but I know what time it is. It's grilled cheese o'clock.
Lose something? Where's your face mask?
Probably in my car. He has no idea.
When you need your mask, you want it right where you can find it. Introducing CopperFit Never Lost Face Mask. Designed with a built-in lanyard that lets you lower your mask and is always right there when you need it.
I like that it just hangs right off and then I don't have to worry about losing it.
Okay, I got my phone, I got my keys. Where's my mask? Oh, it's always with me.
An easy adjustable ear loop design.
It's very secure. I don't feel the straps behind my ears.
A triple layer fabric with a durable copper infused outer layer and a soft cotton double inner layer.
It's gonna blow it out of the water against all other masks.
Get the mask you will never lose again at buyneverlost.com or call 1-800-566-2069. Order now and we'll include 4 lanyard masks for only $19.99.
Why don't all masks have this?
CopperFit Never Lost Mask.
An electric guitar that hits all the right notes. Extraordinary. A coffee tea alarm clock that wakes up your senses. Unreal. A QR code that lets you explore and revel in a curated selection of the world's most unique and unexpected tech, fashion, home, and adventure items. Wondrous. Open your phone's camera, scan the code, and discover all that awaits you at touchofmodern.com.
What can you expect from ButcherBox? 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, and so much more. All with free shipping right to your door. Sign up today to get free ground beef for the life of your membership.
Why do nearly 1 million businesses choose Stamps.com to mail and ship? No more trips to the post office. No more paying full price for postage. And great rates from USPS and UPS. Mail letters. Ship packages. Anytime, anywhere. For less. A lot less. Get our special TV offer. A 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/try and never go to the post office again.
Eastern Washington jumped out to the early lead scoring on its opening series. Montana has since tied it up, but you look at the drive chart here for Eastern Washington. After the 8-play, 85-yard scoring drive, a 10-play drive that dried up, and then a 3-and-out.
It's because they've been forced to a lot of 3rd and longs. And here we are again, the last 2 times on 3rd and long. Montana has brought 5. They'll bring 3 linebackers, and they'll drop a defensive tackle out. See what happens here.
3 wide to the right. Berrier, 7 for 15 passing, goes to the air again. That's going to be a 1st down catch for Chisholm. Offensive coordinator Ian Shoemaker calls that man fearless.
Yeah, he's coming off a career outing last week, 8 catches for 147. That was a nice job. Montana ran the same look they've been going, but they're able to fit that slant route by Chisholm behind the defense.
There's some around here that compare him to a young Cooper Kupp. I mean, that's a lot to live up to. There's a pass that goes off the hand of Boston. There's a penalty flag down there in the Eastern Washington backfield.
Holding. Offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 1st down.
7th-year senior Tristan Taylor doesn't make a lot of mistakes. 4-time All-Big Sky, but he is the culprit.
Did you say 7th year?
7th-year senior.
It's a long time, right? But look, Aaron Best said Tristan Taylor is the best offensive lineman in our league. Obviously, he has a ton of experience. He's smart. He said he takes no notes during the week. He can just kind of register everything in his head. He's just guilty of the hold right there.
He protects Eric Berrier's blind side. He's a key man. Here's Dennis Merritt on the check down. Gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, wrapped up by Graves.
And you love that call right there, Clay, because Montana loves to bring pressure, loves to get guys up the field. So you use that aggression against them. Get them up the field, boom, dump the screen pass down. I expect to see a lot more of that as this game goes on.
Second down and 9. Berrier, another quick release. Limu Jones. Boy, he is tracked down quickly by Graves, who had great closing speed on Limu Jones, who is not slow. That's a gain of 6, so 3rd down and manageable again for Eastern Washington near midfield.
Well, you talked earlier, Clay, about how fast this Montana defense is, and that's the thing. They're going to give up some catches, but there's not many yards after the catch with how fast this defense flies around.
Already 154 yards passing for Berrier, looking for more. Pumps now heated up and brought down, sacked at the 46-yard line by Marcus Welnel. Walker also getting back in there.
I think you call that a covered sack. That's about it, the best you can do against Eric Berrier. As we talked about, he loves to keep the play alive, doesn't give up on it, but there's nowhere to go with a football for him. And then finally a little slip, and then one of his own guys brings him down along with Welnel. Excellent job there by that Grizz defense.
Kent Baird calling Welnel the most improved player of the last few years on the roster. Gabe Seltzer back to return this punt from Kokic. And it's going to check up near the 25-yard line. And that's for Cam Humphrey, and the Grizz will have it in a tie ball game in Cheney, Washington. A red turf.
You know, if we take that wrapper back to the store, it can be recycled into other stuff.
Well, I want my wrapper to be a hang glider!
How about a park bench?
Dad, you need to think bigger.
Recycle your specially marked Crunchy Bar wrappers in store now.
Step to the rhythm
Peloton, come on, let's get this workout started. Heart rate stays up. We're moving to the mat. Let's go, Peloton. Bring that thunder. As you rotate, exhale. We did it together, Peloton.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. But it's easy to satisfy with large 2-topping carry-out pizzas for just $8.99 each. And I'll eat a slice on the ride home. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it.
Cosmetics Brilliant Eye Brightener is your of course I got 9 hours of sleep secret. This buildable cream to powder formula effortlessly illuminates and brightens your best features. Available in a variety of shades. Use it as an eyeliner, eyeshadow, or below your brow for an instant eye lift. Non-irritating, 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and packed with antioxidants that leave you with an all-day glow. No wonder it's sold every 3 seconds. Plus, for every product you purchase, we donate to help a woman thrive. Join our movement today at thrivecosmetics.com.
Kennedy hosts the game of fill-ins and villains.
You pronounce it.
It's weekdays at 4:30 on Buzzer.
Let's get back to talking smack with the side of mac and cheese. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts on COVID-19 vaccines. To get the facts, visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Capital One fan vote, Arizona State and UCLA in the Rose Bowl after Dorian Thompson-Robinson hooked up with Kyle Phillips on a short touchdown. Arizona State answers. 10-10 game, Clay, in Southern California.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much. We're wrapping up what has been an entertaining day today in college football. 4 top 10 teams getting upset. All right, Eastern Washington, a little problem with the penalties here so far today.
Yeah, and they've come in bad times, too. It really helped that touchdown drive out. And then their offensive series, they start off 1st and 20.
Xavier Harris, not much there as Montana now coming off a scoring drive, but they were helped out by 2 penalties from Eastern Washington on that 13-play series.
Absolutely they were. And look, and now this is not doing what they want to do, what they need to do, which is get yardage on 1st down, create a second and manageable. It's not a quick strike, dynamic style offense, so I can keep moving those chains, but a good job by that speedy Eastern Washington defense.
It was Bobby Hauck back at Montana. Malik Flowers, the guy that they need to get involved as much as they possibly can, averaging over 25 yards per catch. But again, another 3rd down and fairly long for Montana.
Yeah, and I like Malik Flowers, his first touch of the game. I'm wondering what's been taking so long to get him a hold of the football here.
They need to get some 1st downs just to keep Eric Barrier off the field, if nothing else. 1 of 5 on 3rd down so far tonight. Cam Humphrey out of the gun. Looking left, now flushed that way, pressured, got rid of it, and that is going to be a catch. Malik Flowers made the grab out across the 40-yard line.
And it was an exceptional job by Cam Humphreys of while he's getting chased, he keeps his eyes downfield as he's getting hit. And then a great job of Malik Flowers just walking that tightrope there. Looked to me as like he got actually 2 feet down.
And we'll only need 1.
Yeah, that's a drag. That looked good to me. See the flakes of rubber popping up there as he's dragging that foot, but how about Cam Humphrey on that play? Going away from his throwing arm, pressure in his face, keeps the eyes downfield, and delivers a strike.
Jess Peterson is our replay official tonight. You got to have 1 foot in bounds. Now, did his knee hit out of bounds before he made that catch? That's possibly what they're looking at here.
That looks like a catch to me. It's ruled a catch on the field. I don't see enough to overturn it. That's got to be indisputable video evidence.
Bobby Hauck waiting for the call, and Humphrey has been hit hard a couple of times here tonight. That's Mitchell Johnson, the defensive end, first team All Big Sky during the spring season.
It's one of the more impressive plays I've seen by Humphrey all year. Great job. Let's look at it one more time, and you could nitpick this thing, but as it comes down to in review, it's got to be indisputable video evidence. It's called a catch on the field right there. I don't see anything to overturn that thing. That should stand.
And Sulcer kind of screens the catch, so it's really hard to see it.
Right.
It's a gain of 17 if it stands in a first down. Here comes the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Yeah, the fans don't like that, but that's the right call.
Montana 0-5 all-time on this red turf. Is tonight the night that they break the curse of this place?
Really like how they're now getting Malik Flowers involved in this football game.
They stay with Xavier Harris, and he has a big hole up the middle. Gets loose in the secondary. A race to the sideline. He's finally caught up with inside the 15-yard line and shoved out around the 12. Demetrius Crosby got him to the sideline, but it's a gain of 44 for Harris.
And this is what Harris does so well. He kind of hides behind that double team, then he sees the daylight and then just turns on the Jets. Boy, that is just great stuff. Patience in the run game, in that zone game, hiding and then cutting her loose.
Harris now 7 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown. He's been their leading rusher in 2 of their 3 games so far. Bergen now comes in. And he'll get a touch, and he finds some room up the middle. As this Grizzlies offensive line, which I know you like, is starting to win the line of scrimmage.
Like I said, they're 315 pounds. I mean, that would be a big line for FBS football. This is at the FCS level, and there's not too many teams that go 315 across the board like those big boys do. And this right now, right where they want it. 7-7 ball game, running the football now, taking some time off the clock, keeping Eric Barriere on the sideline. That's how you do it.
A.J. Forbes, the center, is a Nebraska transfer. Hunter McGinnis, the left guard, a Washington State transfer. Gabe Sulcer, and he is going to be tipped over at around the 4-yard line by Kreiner. Give him 2 yards, so 3rd down coming up.
Another impressive job by Kreiner, just coming up and making a big-time play in the open field. That was excellent.
Injury timeout for an injured player.
Now Sulcer slow to get up. Their number 2 receiver. And he's a big man on special teams too.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt them.
Montana with 15 Big Sky titles since 1993. They have not had a championship though since 2009, and that was when Bobby Hauck was still around the first time, his last season on his first stint. So the mantra this year for the Grizzlies, return to dominance, back when they were winning Big Sky championships with regularity.
Right, and they're doing a great job, off to a great start, of course. And Bobby Hauck, enjoyed talking with him. Of course, he's been a big-time special teams guy his whole life. Special teams coach at Colorado, at Washington, San Diego State. A lot of coaches give that lip service, right? We got to be great on special teams, but he actually lives it. And when the head coach is involved in special teams, it really takes on importance.
So Sulcer walks off the field under his own power. That's good to see for Montana. And a 3rd down and 2. They can pick up a 1st down here before the end zone.
At the other end of the field, they shot that ball out to the perimeter with Xavier Harris, ran it into the corner.
Humphrey's gonna
unbalanced line. Now they switch it.
Humphrey to the end zone. Pass is caught. And that is going to be Akem for a touchdown. Montana gets in the end zone. Samuel Akem with his third receiving touchdown this year.
And I love what they did with the formation. They came out with an unbalanced formation to the right. They shift 3 guys back over to the left, get the defense's eyeballs moving. And then look, how about we just throw a back shoulder to our 6'4" wide receiver. Boy, that's great stuff.
Preseason All-American Samuel Akem capping a 7-play, 77-yard drive. And Kevin Macias bangs on the extra point to make it 14-7 as Montana leads for the first time here tonight in this battle in the FCS between 2 top 10 opponents.
Oh, sister of mine, I got you this. The new iPhone 13 Pro. It's on Verizon 5G. I can't believe you got me this. Yes, Verizon is giving one to everyone when they trade in their older damaged phone.
Oh, so like every sister can get this?
Yeah.
Every aluminum siding installer?
Why not? Every jeweler. They would have to. Every customer, new and old, can get iPhone 13 Pro on us. Because everyone deserves better. Everyone, horse trainers,
manicurists.
You get the new iPhone. We're alone.
I know.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Guys.
Get 2 of your faves for just $6, like 2 orders of 10-piece McNuggets, only at McDonald's.
Do you suffer from sore, aching muscles and stiffness from working out and exercising? Or from normal everyday activities? Now, you can enjoy the relaxing, pain-relieving benefits of deep tissue massage right in your own home with the High-Impact Pro Massage Gun. Using the clinically proven science of percussion therapy, the revolutionary High-Impact Pro allows you to target areas of your body with precisely calibrated pulses of pressure that reach deep into the tissues and muscles in your body. Comparable massage guns sell for as much as $500, but you can get your High-Impact today for just $59.99. And we will include the fork head, round head, bullet head, and flat head with your order. But that's not all. We will even ship your entire order absolutely free. That's right, the High-Impact, the 4 interchangeable heads, and free shipping. All for less than $100. Don't wait. Order your High-Impact Pro today.
We are the next.
The next generation of visionaries.
Rule breakers, game changers,
and world beaters.
We certainly aren't here to do what's been done before.
And neither are we. At Palo Alto Networks, we are ready to secure our digital future. We innovate to outpace cyber threats, so you can make the next day safer than the one before.
We've got next.
At Fingerhut, we don't define you by your credit score, so we offer low monthly payments on things you need and brands you trust as you build your credit history with a Fingerhut credit account. You do you at Fingerhut.com.
Fingerhut credit accounts are issued by WebBank, member FDIC.
Well, Montana on its last 2 drives, 20 plays, 154 yards, and 2 touchdowns to take their first lead. Samuel Akem with the touchdown catch. Very good receiver for Montana. Pretty good receiver back in the day here, and the day was not too long ago for Eastern Washington. Cooper Kupp, 73 career touchdowns, 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons as an Eagle, almost 6,500 career receiving yards, and now, of course, doing great things for the Rams. His Twitter page still has him in an Eastern Washington jersey.
That's right. And I know the fans love that for sure, all the Kupp family around there. But boy, is he off to an exceptional start here in this NFL season. He's on pace for 136 receptions and 2,300 yards.
Yeah, he is a fantasy football dream. As Eastern Washington's ready to go back to work on offense, Eric Berrier. And the Eagles will have it Not great field position as Justice Jackson has stopped short of the 15-yard line. Here's Cooper Kupp and his numbers. Most in the NFL, receiving yards, and the receiving touchdowns also leading the league.
And he invented his own route last week. It's called the Ocho route, where he kind of goes in, then out, then he freezes the defense, comes back out. Sean McVay said he's never seen anything like it, but it's working.
Nowhere to go on first down. Dennis Merritt wrapped up quickly as we go down to Tiffany.
Talk with Eric Berrier about his relationship with Cooper Kupp, and Berrier told me that when he was a freshman, Kupp was a senior and he took him under his wing. He said he just saw something in me.
Obviously. Second down and 10. Deep throw. Berrier has a man and is caught just short of the 50-yard line. Talolo Limu-Jones hauls it in. Trajan Cotton made the tackle, but that's a gain of 40 for Limu-Jones.
It was a great pocket for Berrier. He had all the time in the world to throw versus this blitz. And then look at just the accuracy over the shoulder. Great job knowing the height of your wide receiver and hitting him.
Here's Dennis Merritt now ripping off a run. As Eastern Washington starting to lather back up. Nash Fausch made that tackle, but it's a gain of 14.
And like the sequence there, you hit a deep route to Limu-Jones, get back up the line. Defense is trying to get set. Boom, here comes a run.
Quickly back to the line. Berrier fires it out, but now a marker down. And this is going to be a false start. Maybe a little too quick now with the tempo.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's Tristan Taylor again. Boy, what do you make of that, Rocky?
Yeah, that's tough to have a seventh-year guy now getting his second costly penalty.
Already the 5th penalty against Eastern Washington. And stay with Dennis Merritt. Boy, Merritt has really been the workhorse. We'll get 5 on that run. That was his 9th carry, 48 yards so far in this one for the senior out of Leavenworth, Washington.
Really would like to see Eastern Washington get Efton Chisholm involved in this football game. And there he goes in motion.
Berrier looks that way, now comes back to Boston. And he is quickly wrapped up after making the catch. And now 3rd down and long for the Eagles is Patrick O'Connell. We haven't said his name much in this game yet, but he made the tackle there.
He did a good job. Nice, secure tackle. O'Connell, Coach Hout called him the best athlete on our football team. As you said, partner, that made a huge impact, but it's still very, very early in this game.
He's on the Buck Buchanan Award watch list for the top defensive player in the FCS. Big pressure up the middle. Berrier slips, and there is Wellnell that's going to get credit with the sack. A loss of 11.
And Wellnell is lined up right in the A gap, and nobody blocks him. I mean, you've got to block inside out. And it's a bust by this offensive line, and with the speed of Wellnell, he's going to get there every time.
It was his interception, of course, that sealed the win at Washington. He's got 2 interceptions on the year. It seems like every time Montana needs a big defensive play, they get one. And now
doing it all year. Yeah.
Eastern Washington's going to have to punt as Robbie Hauk goes back to return. And we might be getting a delay of game here on Eastern Washington.
Delay game, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
And now if you're the Grizzlies, Rocky, as good as their special teams unit is, especially blocking kicks, do they bring the house here, try to get something done?
I think they pin their ears back and try to go get this thing. They blocked one last week.
Kokic dropped one inside the 5 in the first quarter. Good end over end punt. Houk can't do anything with it. 5:57 to go before halftime. Montana with the ball and the lead.
Okay, this house, spontaneous me. Should we make an offer? Buy it. Too spontaneous. Worst case scenario, me. Can we afford it?
I've run the numbers. It doesn't end well.
This is getting us nowhere. Let's just ask Zillow for help with financing.
Yeah, let's ask Zillow for help with financing.
Hard work? Sure. Guesswork? No thank you. Because when you're on a mission, you want to get it right the first time. That's where the Home Depot comes in, with an app to rent and reserve the right tools with just a tap. With convenient image search options, and with the ability to see how something looks in your space before you even buy it. It's how the Home Depot takes the guesswork out of the hard work. The Home Depot app, how doers get more done.
Acelerar, no paro de acelerar, que me va a frenar, que me va a frenar. Y se acelera donde me para, el viento pega. Se acelera, no me para, el viento pega en mi cara. Estoy brillando con mi drip drip, una luz que no se apaga.
Is cleaning the outside of your house an exhausting all-day affair? Not anymore. This is Full Crystal Full Exterior, the fast, easy way to clean all the dirt and grime from around your house in no time. Just add the cleaning crystals, attach it to any garden hose, and away you go. The secret is in the Full Exterior cleaning crystals that safely break down, lift, and wash away dirt and grime in no time. We abused this white siding with the worst oil, grease, and dirt stains. Full Exterior washes them away so nothing remains. Use it on stucco, concrete, and even porous pavers to clean up quick. It's completely safe to use around your shrubs, lawn, and flowers. With the Fuller Power Sprayer, it reaches up to 27 feet high. Call or go online to order the complete Full Exterior system for just $19.99. Order right now and we'll double your cleaning crystals. Just pay a separate fee. That's enough to make up to 14 gallons of cleaner. Order now.
Are you ready for all the fans to come back and cheer as one?
Just imagine there were 70,000 of me.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Kevin Connors in studio. Welcome to Paradise. Honolulu, Fresno State down 10-0 to Hawaii when Jake Haener hooks up with Zane Pope. 16th touchdown pass. That's fourth best in the FBS. The Bulldogs' lone losses to Oregon. They're 4-1, but down 10-7. Play.
All right, so Fresno State, a very good football team, has some work to do. Montana did not start out great tonight. A couple of misfires on their first two drives, but back-to-back 77-yard scoring drives. And they've got it again deep in their own territory. Humphrey hands off. Here's Xavier Harris right up the middle. The first down play has been starting to work for Montana. You said that was going to be a key down tonight.
It was a key because this is not a quick strike offense. They don't want to be a quick strike offense. They want to move the ball down the field, control the clock, but it's crucial to get yards on first down just like there. Now we got 2nd and 5. Everything in the playbook is open.
Humphrey away from center. Flushed out of the pocket, being chased. He's going to slide down at the 15. As we go down to Tiffany for more on Humphrey.
Guys, we've seen Cam Humphrey on the run. We've seen him hang in there and take some big shots in this game. No doubt he realizes the magnitude of this one. When I talked to him this week, he told me it's definitely big when Eastern and Montana play. He said practice gets a little more amped up. Everyone has a little more juice to play. He said the noise surrounding this game is definitely different, and I can certainly hear that from the fans here on the field.
Yeah, it's getting loud down there, but he's done a great job, Tiff. As you said, taking the shots, running the ball when he has to. Very efficient play by Humphrey.
7 for 11 and a touchdown pass for Humphrey. He's going to be hit as he throws here, and it's 4th down. He was trying to get it to Akem, but it was batted, and now Montana will have to punt, and Eastern Washington should get pretty good field position here with 4:38 to go in the half.
And that was a big play by Eastern Washington's defensive end, Mitchell Johnson, just reaching his left hand out and affecting the throwing arm of Humphrey.
This is the second time that Buschini has had to punt from his own end zone.
And right now for Eastern Washington, they've been able to move the ball, but they've just been shooting themselves in the foot with penalties.
After Chisholm back to return. Good spiral kick. And Chisholm's going to get a couple. That was a 3-yard return. After that 65-yard punt.
On a spooky Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Sheriff, come quick. Rico's about to enter the transfer portal.
Rico, you don't need to transfer.
Have you seen the latest depth chart? I'd be lucky to play it down this year.
But you're only a sophomore. There's still time.
Rico's time is now!
You know, never really saw much upside with Rico.
Hey, anybody need a punter?
We're good.
Oh, brought Dr. Pepper.
Welcome to state.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Many sunglasses may actually make it harder to see. Now you can get HD clarity with Battle Vision by Atomic Beam. Battle Vision helps eliminate glare, enhance color, and provide UV protection. Battle Vision's polarized lenses filter out reflected light, knocking down glare so you can see clearly in ultra-high definition. Battle Vision can be twisted and tortured without breaking, and now feature power hinges for ultimate flexibility. From riding your motorcycle to riding your bike, playing tennis, or target practice, battle through the glare and see with sharp clarity. Get Battle Vision by Atomic Beam for just $19.99. Order right now and we'll double this entire offer absolutely free. That's 2 Battle Visions with lifetime guarantee for just $19.99. This TV-only offer is not available on Amazon. Order now.
Call 1-800-709-9528 or visit getbattlevision.com. So call 1-800-709-9528. Order now.
Still just talking about your aches and pains?
Jam finger, broken thumb, torn MCL, fractured vertebrae.
For painful old war wounds, introducing CopperFit Ice, the world's first motion-activated compression knee sleeves for fast relief of sore muscles and joints. Now infused with the cooling effects of menthol and the energizing properties of CoQ10.
Achy back, broken thumb. You said that one.
Microencapsulated ingredients released by your motion for faster recovery and relief. The more you move, the more CopperFit Ice delivers.
Jerry rice on ice. Hey, I like that one. Yeah, it's cool.
Game match.
What just happened?
We like CopperFit too.
Try the new CopperFit Ice knee sleeve online now at copperfitice.com.
Nice game,
Dislocated finger, really bad, Charlie Horse.
Man.
Back's hurting.
When you've got pain
falling apart
and can't stop talking about it, CopperFit Ice.
Kevin Connors in studio coming up at the half. Much more on a wild day inside the top 10. We'll show you how Oregon was grounded by Stanford, plus a great celebration in Lexington. Clemson survives yet another scare. And we're going Acho Mind. Sam Acho with the unique plays from Week 5 of the college football season. All coming up when you join us play at the half.
All right, Kevin, we'll see you in 4:27 on the game clock here in Cheney. Of course, the big Cincinnati win at Notre Dame, alongside Notre Dame alum Rocky Boyman. I'm Clay Matvick. Still stinging a little bit from that one, aren't you? This throw down the sideline for Boston. Did he make the catch? You bet. Oh my, what a catch by Andrew Boston as he just climbed up over Justin Ford to make that 19-yard grab.
And this is the benefit of having tall wide receivers. Just put it up for him, and he reaches over top of the cornerback, who's actually in decent shape and able to pull that ball down. And the key for Eastern Washington is now, let's try to put 2, 3, 4 plays together without getting that costly penalty.
Since that opening drive that covered 85 yards and resulted in a touchdown, Eastern Washington has been quiet. Now they're going to go deep again, and it's caught inside the 20-yard line. Chisholm, as the freshman, hauls that one in from 37.
Chisholm's such a weapon. He makes a ton of contested catches. That wasn't contested. That was using his speed and just his ability to get open. Now we see the tempo.
Merritt trying to cut the corner on the outside. He is chased down by Jace Lewis. And that's going to be a gain of about 5. Talk about that pace, though. It's something that really can wear down a defense. Berrier quickly to the outside. Limu Jones with a stiff arm, trying to fight off a tackle, but he's run down by Nash Fouch, the physical defensive back, for a short gain. Third down.
It's another great job of making a tackle in space by Fouch right there. You got Limu Jones out there in space all by himself, and you brought him down with not much yards after the catch. But this is where Berrier loves to extend that play. He's not going to give up on one. He's going to extend it out to the last minute.
Third down and 3. Merritt nowhere to go. There's that defensive front, the nose tackle, Alex Gubner out of West Hills, California, leading the charge for the Grizz.
And I don't get that play call at all right there. I put the ball in the hands of arguably the best player in the FCS, Eric Berrier, and let him go make a play. You know, try a downhill interior run. Dennis Merritt is not an interior run guy. He goes to the perimeter. Don't like that call.
Jackson Cleaver, the freshman, 1 for 1 in career field goal attempts. This from 32 yards out. That is a career best. And so Eastern Washington has to settle for 3.
On a day where we've seen some kickers struggle throughout college football, right in that UC Notre Dame game, and was able to put that one through the uprights.
What a great atmosphere here in Cheney, Washington tonight for this FCS battle between two heavyweights. Taco Bell welcoming you to the Live Más Student Section of the Year contest. Use hashtag Student Section Sauce to get the committee's attention, and go to ESPN.com/Taco Bell to see how your school can compete. The hottest ticket in town, and that's appropriate when you're in the Inferno.
Well done. They don't call you the best in the business for nothing. I love it.
You're right. They don't call me that.
You got the blackout here, the red turf. This is fun stuff.
6 plays, 50 yards, under 2 minutes. Cleaver, a 32-yard field goal. And so for the first time this year, Montana allows more than 7 points on the scoreboard.
How about that? Yeah, only 2 touchdowns given up coming into this game. And that was great because Eastern Washington, unlike their previous 2 drives, no penalties, no negative yardage plays. They were at least able to get the field goal.
Now here's Cleaver to kick it deep. Flowers is so dangerous, even though he was a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Elected to bring it out. Maybe he wishes he hadn't. He's hit hard at the 19-yard line. Week 4, Monday Night Football has Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders in LA to take on Justin Herbert and the 2-1 Chargers. Our celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month continues at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. Monday Night Countdown at 6 Eastern. John Gruden has opened up the Raiders playbook. Derek Carr has been sharp, but so has Justin Herbert. He beat Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City last week at Arrowhead.
Yeah, it's not easy to go into Arrowhead and outplay Patrick Mahomes. That was a great job by Justin Herbert.
So Montana with the football. They give it to Harris for about 4 yards on first down. Now, just over 2 minutes to go. They've got the lead. They've got all of their timeouts, and they're going to get the football to start the second half. Humphrey over the middle, and it's overthrown. Keelan White on a drag route, and Humphrey missed him, so now 3rd and 6.
That ball just seemed to sail out of Humphrey's hand. Uncharacteristic overthrow by Humphrey. This is where I think you got to go to one of your best players, Samuel Akem, at the bottom of the screen.
Akem has a touchdown catch already tonight. His 3rd of the year. Humphrey getting heated up, and down he goes, sacked at the 15-yard line. Ty Graham and Sendelbach meet at the quarterback. It's a loss of 8.
And that's exactly who he wanted to go to, Samuel Akem, but he was covered up. There was nowhere to go with the football, and Humphrey just held on to this ball a little too long. Get the pressure off the edge, and then the wrapping linebacker in his face.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute 47 seconds.
1:47.
So Eastern Washington calls a timeout to stop the clock. They're going to get this football back with a couple of timeouts remaining.
And I like that. They're an aggressive team. You got a quarterback who can score quickly. You want to get the ball in his hands, give him just enough time here, and 1:47 is plenty of time for Eric Berrier.
Aaron Best, the 2018 FCS Coach of the Year, took the Eagles to the national title game. They lost it to North Dakota State, but he has done some great things with this program in a short amount of time. Efton Chisholm back to return this punt from Buschini. And it backs him to the 35, gets away, and then is hit hard and goes airborne at the 40. Completely taken off his cleats. Braxton Hill and Cale Edwards knocking Chisholm to the turf.
This whole Montana team is fat. They attack. They don't pull up. They don't break down, right? They just, boom, come up and fly. And that was a great football play there.
Cale Edwards, redshirt freshman from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Now, for more on Eric Berrier, who's making his way back on the field, let's go down to Tiff.
Yeah, guys, I was telling you a little bit earlier about his relationship with Cooper Kupp, because Kupp was a senior and he was a freshman, kind of took him under his wing. Berrier told me that that's because Kupp saw something in him. And when I talked with Cooper this week, he told me that when Eric came in, he was just a natural thrower, that not many people were as natural as he was, and that it was just special. He encouraged him to step up and be a leader, and Eric told me those words have stuck with him today.
Yeah, Eric Berrier, it's God-given talent to be able to throw the football the way he does. You don't mess with that.
Getting chased, slips down on this turf. That's the second time that the turf grabbed him. Patrick O'Connell and Wellnell are going to get credit for that sack as he goes down at the 22-yard line, and Montana calls a timeout now.
Timeout of the half, Montana.
That's
a 30-second timeout.
18-yard loss.
And that's the thing. Again, you got to take the good with the bad sometimes with Berrier, and this is one where, you know, maybe you don't try to scramble as he does, and all of a sudden a 5-yard sack turns into a huge sack.
The speed and physicality of this Montana defense. And the other thing is they disguise what they do so well. You just don't know exactly what's going to happen when you get up to the line of scrimmage.
And that's what we talked about was going to be so key. They wanted to give Eric Berrier a ton of different looks, and got guys coming, different guys dropping out, coming from different sides. He can't get a beat on what their plan is defensively, and it's really working well for Montana.
So those sacks have resulted in 50 yards of losses for the Eastern Washington offense. Third and a car ride. Berrier clean in the pocket, goes to the 50-yard line, and it is caught. That is going to be close to a first down for Limu Jones. All on one play do they get it back.
Eric Berrier to Toulouse.